What's up YouTube, Demi here with something that's not a spoiler but kinda cool mechanic change wise. We're getting some new skill gems. So we're just gonna go over them one at a time and see what I think. First impressions. Brutality. Supported skills do increase physical damage. Supported skills deal 35 to 54% more phys damage and they deal no elemental damage. Great. That's good. This is actually a way to support pure phys damage builds. I wonder, that should deal, like, this should help the bleed scale as well. I'm actually really excited to play a bleed-based build, like puncture-based build or a gladiator, that intentionally scales its bleed damage. So this is a good way to do that. I like this. This would fit well on my Lacerate Slayer. It'd fit well on my gladiator, EQ gladiator. There's a lot of good options for this. Blade, like even like pure fizz damage, blade fall, blade flurry, EK can use this. Looks good. Immolate. Increased fire damage. The supported skills have blah 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 blah. Added fire damage to attacks against burning enemies. I don't like that. I mean, sure. I don't know. My brain currently is in the thought process where if you're gonna ignite something, you want to use L equilibrium, so you don't want to keep hitting the target. You want to like reduce its resistances a whole bunch, and inflict a massive ignite with a big hit, and then let it burn to death. This one's like you want to go towards a barrage of fire damage against burning enemies. I guess it's good for like Oro's Sacrifice type builds, since they're already igniting things. So in that case, this is really nice because we don't really have an option to scale Oros right now. You're like, you have Wed and Fire Pen, and that's it. So yeah, this makes sense. That's cool. I like that one. Deadly Ailments. Increased damage over time. Supported skills deal 50 to 88% more damage with ailments. Deal 30% less damage with hits. Okay, so this is again pushing you towards the bleed type builds. Bleed, poison, ignites. I like that. It has a very straight trade back. 30% less damage with hits. But this, I'm not sure on the math behind this. So the current double dipping is like, you know, like 500 to 2000% more damage with your ignites. Some stupid, ridiculous number like that. And this is like a way to compensate for that. Obviously, this is only one support gem, but that's pretty cool. I like it. Alright, what we got? Unbound Ailments. Increased duration of ailments on enemies. Supported skills have increased duration of ailments. Increased effect of ailments. Ailments are like ignite, poison, bleed, decay, maim, taunt. I think those are all considered to be ailments. Interesting. Depending on what type of ailments we can actually get access to, this could be really cool. Increased effect of ailments sounds fun. Vile Toxins. 1% increased damage with poison for quality. Supported skills deal 30 to 49% more poison damage. Supported skills deal 5% more damage with hits for each poison on the enemy up to 6 to 9 times. 69. I like this style of, this is like, the way I'm imagining this is kind of the same as Immolate. You're like, you have an ailment on an enemy, right? You got a poison on somebody or whatever, something, and you just keep hitting them and stacking more and more damage with the poison as well as more damage per hit. So this is like encouraging you to go all out on your barrage type damages, like Blade Flurry, actual like rapid succession of hits type builds. I like that. Instead of just one big hit that causes a massive poison. This makes sense. I like it. Lesser poison. Okay, so we're gonna have like a lesser, a poison, and a greater poison maybe? That's kind of funny. Supported skills have 1 to 50 to 2 to 75 added chaos damage. And 25% chance of poison off hit. Okay. It's kind of useful while leveling. 25% chance on hit. If there's other options to get poison on hit, then eventually you should be able to get 100%, obviously, which is kind of cool. This is a small amount of added chaos, but if you have this in addition to the added chaos gem, in addition to your malicious roll on your weapon, all your added chaos on your jewelry, you can stack some pretty hefty added chaos. So that's pretty cool. Requires level 8 as well. That's really low level. Interesting. Alright, maim. Increased physical damage, 30% chance to maim on hit. Enemies maimed by supported skills take 20-30% increased physical damage. Holy shit. Supported skills deal 10 to 19. Okay, increased physical damage, it doesn't sound like a lot because it says increased, but the way increased worked in this game is like the same as vulnerability. If an enemy takes increased physical damage, it's a more multiplier. So like if you're dealing 100%, or like say you're dealing, I don't know, 1,000 damage, and they're taking 30% increased damage, they take 1,300 damage. That's the exact same as 30% more. So this is pretty cool as well. This is pushing you towards the, you want to inflict a big dot and then fuck off. I like this. I really enjoy this type of ability. Like I haven't been able to play a dot based build other than like pure dots like Essence Rain, Scorching Ray, Blight, whatever. This is encouraging you to go towards like you inflict some bleeds and then you do whatever you want after that. I don't know how to pronounce this. Efficacy? Efficiency? I don't know. Fuck it. Increase damage over time. Supported skills deal more spell damage, more damage over time. Increase skill effect duration. Okay. This is like a support gem to help out Essence Drain and Blight and Scorching Ray and Decay type skills from losing their Vortex even. Because they're going to be losing their double dipping. This is like a way to compensate for that. More spell damage, more damage over time, increase skill effect duration. Yeah, it's just, literally just those. Try to get any other damage over time skill. No, that's pretty much it. I like it. Cool. Ignite Proliferation. Ignites your skills cause. Spread to other enemies within a radius of 14 to 16. Supported skills deal increased fire damage. Okay, so this is the Elemental Prolif gem, but it's only for ignites. The current Ele Prolif gem has a very hefty less damage multiple. If I even have one yet. So it lets you prolif all of your types of skills, all of your ignite, shock, freeze, whatever, but this gives you 21% less damage, which is really bad. So this one, you don't have the less damage, so you're not getting a negative effect, and you're getting a small increased fire damage effect as well, which means that you can do like ignite prolif builds without worrying about having to get shat on by the less multipliers on these. I like it. Decay. We already have... Oh, wait, what? Increase chaos damage. Supported skills inflict decay, dealing blank to blank chaos damage per second for 10 seconds. So the Essence of Delirium mod. Do I even have one? Yeah, this mod. Your hits inflict decay, dealing 750 chaos damage per second for 10 seconds. Looks like this is being removed, or we're getting an additional source of it. One of those two things. And you're going to be able to inflict it with a skill gem instead of with the weapon. That's actually kind of nice, because having to use a decay weapon removes any unique options from your weapon slot. But now you can use a skill gem to inflict decay as well. Okay. Yeah, it's the same. It looks like it scales a lot higher. The original numbers for decay were like 1,000. Now it's 750, but this is up to 1,600. I'm assuming that's at level 20. So level 20. Actually, this might be... Yeah, it should be level 20. And then above that, it'll go even higher. So, okay. I like it, sure. Lesser reduced mana cost. So we have a lesser and a regular reduced mana cost. It's just... Why does this say increased fire damage? That's probably not accurate. Reduced mana cost, sure. I'm not sure why it says fire damage. That's most likely a bug. This gem is pretty much useless anyways. I don't think anybody uses it. Chance to bleed. Supported gems have 25% chance to cause bleeding. Adds 1 to 50 to 2 to 75 fizz damage to attacks. Increased damage while bleeding. With bleeding, sorry. Okay, so adding this amount of flat fizz is actually incredibly strong. If that's at level 21, 50 to 75 fizz to attacks, that's like face breakers. 800% more unarmed physical damage. 800% of 50. It's like 400 to... Oops. Where'd it go? 400 to 600 physical damage to attacks with your base damage. That's fucking huge. Abyssus is 40 to 60. This is 50 to 75. And it doesn't have a negative. So that's really, really, really strong, especially for Facebreaker type builds or even like Doomfletch Prism builds. This is ridiculous. I'm really excited about that. Again, it's pushing me towards the bleed type builds. I like bleed. Alright, summons skeletons channeled. Summons slowly blah 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 that decay over time, does not require a corpse. Summons one skeleton warrior, can summon up to 4 to 6 at a time. Base duration 20 seconds. Active whoa. I don't know what this shit means. Okay, so instead of the summon skeletons gem being like a cast once and get a couple skeletons, you can now channel it, which means it's going to take way less mana and hopefully not be a shit, so that's cool. Whip. Whip is work in progress, I'm assuming. Offhand, minimum added fizz damage per 5 shield armor. Offhand, maximum added fizz damage per 5 shield. Added cold per 5 shield, added cold. Thrown shield number, additional projectiles, 3 basis projectile. I'm hoping this is a rework for elemental shit, because we have elemental shits. It's a funny story, I actually did a video. I'm doing a video with these tomorrow. I may have bought 2 2020 Ellie hits and volled them, and they both went 2120, and I was like, fuck you, game. But I did a shaper kill or attempt with these. I got to phase 2, spoilers, with 8k tooltip elemental hit. You'll see that video tomorrow. It's pretty funny. Yeah. I don't know what this is. Okay, so I think that's all of them. Overall, pretty excited. I like all the focus towards bleed stuff. Chance to bleed is really cool. I wish that the chance to cause bleeding scaled a little bit, but it depends on what we have on the tree. So we already have a fair amount of chance to cause bleeding stuff in the current skill tree. I haven't looked at the updated skill tree or anything like that, but we have, like, here, let me see if I can find chance to bleed. So let's see, we have 8% there, 8% there, 8% here, 15% there. So that's 8, 8, 16, 31. It's really not that much, actually. Yeah, so on the entire tree, there's 31% chance to cause bleed, and then the gladiator gets, I think, another additional 25 or 50% chance. Something like that. I don't do price checks, but I need you to price check my items. Cool. No. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. I like these. I'm enjoying all of these so far. I'll probably have another video coming tomorrow, maybe, about skill tree stuff. I'm gonna go over the skill tree and like try to give my first impressions of that as well. But this is the first time I've ever seen these, and they all look pretty cool. Especially this whip one. I don't understand what this is, but yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and that'll be Demi out.